Hey everybody, can you hear me fine? I just want to say right away, I'm absolutely amazed by the amount of people who are in the chat right now. That's insane already. Thank you so much, guys. And yeah, I'm super excited as well. And I have to say, just in advance, there's a couple of caveats. For one, I didn't actually play this game at all before this. I've had the opportunity to. I've just wanted to avoid it, just to be able to really play this blind, have no idea what to expect, no idea what to do. No idea if the controls are actually exactly the same as Planet Coaster. I just got the sheet with the controls here, and it looks like it should be about the same. There's all that. Then there's the fact that they gave me a German keyboard here, because we're in Germany after all, and German keyboards are kind of strange. They've got all kinds of weird letters on them, and the Z and the Y are reversed. But the settings on the keyboard are UK, so it's like, ooh. I'm very glad that I can at least type blind, because I'm gonna kind of need that. Oh yeah, and finally, there's a lot of pressure on me here. You guys know that I'm not too great at streaming. There's a reason why I'm a YouTuber, not a streamer. And I think events like these always make me very conscious of that fact. I think streamers just somehow inherently have a very different way of working. And whenever I've tended to stream in the past, it's usually just a reveal of how terrible I actually am at video games. I think these YouTube videos tend to make it all look a bit better than it really is. That's a move. Just 1 minute. I'm not gonna do a countdown, but I have to say these screens are actually really cool. I really like that. Yeah, the hype is definitely real, especially for everybody over here. The vibe over here, I'm definitely going to talk a bit more about the whole Planet Zoo booth, but I've spent most of my day today just going around the expo, looking at all the different booths that are there, and Planet Zoo is one of the best booths that I've seen. James Turner is on the other side of the Planet Zoo booth. So yeah, I can't really see him actually from my perspective, which is a bit annoying. But there are glass windows all around me and lots of people can see me right now. So I guess it's time to go into the stream. Hey everyone, Silverette here, and welcome to Planet Zoo. I've never played this before. And these are going to be my very first seconds of the game. So like I've written in the description, this is for me very much a test to see how does this compare to Planet Coaster. Obviously this is a new game, but it very much uses the same basic graphics, assets, controls, all of that. And I think a lot of people from Planet Coaster will be wanting to step over to this game as well. Special thanks to Bo for these ears that I totally ripped off of her head. I think they're really nice. I think I'm going to keep them after the stream. I don't think Bo is going to get them back. But yeah, this is just my attempt to see how does the game work? I've never played this before. What kind of assets do we have? And how intuitive is it? Especially since I've been thinking, as somebody coming from Planet Coaster, who's not all that much into zoos, I have to admit, I'm just about as much into zoos as the average person is. To what extent can you just get into Planet Zoo and, yeah, get started? Because it's really a question to what extent controls and everything are the same, and what stuff is completely different and what stuff has been added that we're going to need to get used to. If you want the shirt, I have no idea. I got it from a thrift store, so I'm sorry about that. Can't really give too many recommendations there. Anyway, let's get started. So we have some basic controls over here. We have select, cancel, pan camera, zoom camera, rotate camera, undo, redo, raise camera, and low camera. So I think that's all the same. Basic controls seem to be next. I mean, object placement seems to be next. That's all the same. We have the advanced move tool. Classic. That's really good. Angle snap, reset height, lock to surface, axis, align to surface, and position snap. So far everything seems to be the same. Lots of requests to show us the giraffes. Oh god, I have a giraffe plushie just out of reach here. I wish I could show it, but unfortunately I can't. Next we have the path tool. Not everyone's favorite part of Planet Coaster, but it seems to be back in just the same way. At least it'll be just the same as in Planet Coaster, I think. Not entirely sure, but judging by the look of the park over here, it should be just about the same. Placing, deleting, adjusting, etc. I should probably put up the headset. What am I doing? Yeah. So now I can hear the birds chirping and all that. It's really nice. More controls. Yeah, I think this is all the same as well. We have the multi-select tool. Awesome. Classic. Animal camera controls. Click on the animal camera to trigger camera mode. And you can find it on guest and security cameras. So we have security cameras. That's nice. What else? Zoo currencies. Cash. Cash is used to build your zoo infrastructure and pay your staff. You can earn cash from shops and guest facilities, donation boxes and ticket booths. Fair enough. Conservation credits. Conservation credits allow you to adopt higher tier animals into your zoo. Here's how to earn them. Breeding animals, releasing animals into the wild, and trading your animals. That's actually really cool. So you'll be able to have some kind of exchange system of animals with other zoos and things like that. So yeah, that's really interesting. I've always been wondering how they're gonna approach this whole angle. At this point, I can admit this, but I remember after the London tour of the studios that I was a part of the Frontier Development Studios, there was a certain someone who was spoiling a lot about the game that he was not allowed to spoil. I'm not going to mention any names, but there was something about conservation and possibly guests getting angry if you don't treat your animals right, which is super cool, and I haven't been able to talk about this so far, but now I can, so there we go. And personally, I think it's really interesting that they're going into these kinds of ethical issues. The microphone is really average. Can you move it closer? This is quite difficult. The issue is that the microphone is all the way over here, so this might be a bit better. But the camera is over here, so either I'm going to be in view of the camera, or my voice is going to be a bit more crisp. And I think I just want to be in the camera's view. I think the microphone should be alright. It's a really expensive microphone, so I don't know, I'm trusting it. Anyway, moving on. Terrain painting. There are 6 core terrain types. We've got Rudy and the lady designer right in front of me pulling crazy faces, and Randhammer as well. It's going to be really difficult concentrating with these people in front of me, but yeah. Moving on, we've got grass, long grass, dirt, rock, sand, snow. I'm mostly interested in long grass in terms of how the 3D grass is going to look. Yoda, you want to see my tiger ears? Yeah, I could see that. I like them too. Technically, I think they're still bows, but we'll see about that after I'm done streaming. Oh, and this is the final page. Terrain, stamp tool, we have brushes, etc., etc. We've got a bit of a glitch going on here. I think this will be a good time to remind everybody that this is still a work in progress. This is an early build of the game, so you might be seeing some bugs and things like that. I have no idea, but it might happen. Like over here. But yeah. Also, they gave me a list of talking points, and I'm really bad at listing off talking points that I didn't write myself. But for the people who are wondering, Planet 2 is going to be released on the 5th of November, and it's actually much cheaper than I was expecting it to be. Although compared to Planet Coaster, I guess it's about the same. But yeah, it'll be £35, and there's going to be a beta as well, which is going to start from the 24th of September. Now, all of that stuff out of the way, let's get actually into the game and see what this is like. And I'm already confused. I already have no idea what's going on here. Before I do anything else though, I want to look at the park. I'm really curious about the scenery pieces, most of all, and in general about the graphics of the game. But already it definitely seems like a step up from Planet Coaster. And that's the one thing that, honestly, I've been looking forward to. Because I'm just mostly into architecture and landscaping, gardening, and all these kinds of things. So what kind of pieces we get and how good they look is something that I've been extremely curious about. But yeah, it looks great so far. Like, I love the way that the LODs in the distance also seem to... Yeah, you can definitely see them switching to LODs, but I think they look better than the Planet Coaster ones. I've always had a bit of an issue with how Planet Coaster trees look from a distance, but these ones so far seem to look much better. I think in general, are these new trees? Oh no, they're just the oak trees. I think a lot of foliage from Planet Coaster comes back, but especially when it comes to scenery and building pieces, I think we'll have a bunch of new stuff, like this kind of British architecture over here, these typical chimneys, the brick roofs and the windows. All of this stuff just looks really good. This balustrade piece is amazing, but on the front it looks especially good, I think. These pillars and stuff. Ooh, they don't have any decorations on the top though. How do guests enter the map? I have no idea. I guess we'll see later. Can we get a close-up of the woman with the sign? I didn't see anybody with the... Oh, you mean... Here's a guy with a sign. I don't know what he's doing. This might be one of the protesters. Yeah. So this guy has been protesting. He's leaving the zoo now, but... oh god, that's all written in Blanco. I can't read that. I don't speak Blanco. I'm sorry. But he was clearly protesting about something monkey related. Oh, so this is the entrance building. Right. And then the guests are coming in from these buildings over here. Okay, we have a broken wall. I have no idea how to fix this, but apparently there's a wall broken right here. Can a man just get some quiet and try to discover the game on his own? Hey Rudy. Where's the broken wall though? I can't really tell. Are we just gonna ignore this for the time being and keep going with the park tour? I probably shouldn't. I mean, these are grizzly bears, so I probably shouldn't let a grizzly escape, should I? What do I do? Oh, I can move him. The livery... Oh god, okay, you can't just simply move him. What do I do? I have no idea how to prevent catastrophe from happening here. Did they plan this? Was this park built just to have animals escape right from the get-go? Oh, they're going back. Oh, but the cub isn't going back though. Rhea. Okay, we got some really interesting information though. We have Rhea here, Maple, and who's this? Zachary. And they're all doing well. They're well fed, social, the habitat is good. Enrichment is necessary. All right. But at first, I need to get these guys back. How do I do that? Or I shouldn't assume gender. It's a woman. But yeah, what do I do? I have literally no idea. Just an FYI, there is a tutorial in the game. I just decided not to do it. I decided to get into the game completely blind on the assumption that nothing would go wrong, really. But clearly that was a terrible idea. Okay. Well, Maple isn't going anywhere yet. People are very afraid, but they are running towards the bear. That's a good strategy. Maybe another bear escaped? No, that hasn't happened yet. How do I do this? Apply or remove contrast. Oh, that's interesting. That's not what I need. Exports. Definitely not what I need. Maple was appealing, but I don't think she'll be appealing when she's outside the enclosure. God, don't go any further away, please. I need to figure out how to get you back. All right. God, how do I do this? We have animal alerts. We have 2 escaped bears. Oh, there's a button here. Oh, that just brings you to the animal. Right. What else do we have? Zoo alerts. Okay, that'll be general alerts. Zoopedia. I don't know why I can't read this, but I feel like it might be useful. Alright, chat, can we vote? Are we just gonna let Maple roam free and explore the rest of the park, or am I gonna try my best to put her in the enclosure again? Yeah, move didn't end up working because I had a move position over here, but as long as Maple has been escaping, I don't think they can move her. I mean, I could try again, but yeah, then we get a delivery schedule, so that doesn't seem to be too effective. Be free! Alright, chat has voted. We're gonna let the bears run free, and I'm just gonna explore the rest of the park. Here's the thing, I only have an hour. I want to discover as much about the game as possible, so let's keep going. Now this is really cool. And yes, I'm ignoring the bears. Also, this is really funny. My friend's called Free the Bear. Shout out to Free the Bear. Your name is becoming extremely relevant at the moment. But yeah, this is super cool. We have multiple animals in one enclosures. I think it's just zebras and giraffes. But yeah, that's really cool. You have the plain zebra and the reticulated giraffe. And we have a little sprinkler over here. That's pretty cool. So that's what adds the enrichment. That's interesting. But it's still not enough, but it's something. And here's a food tray. That's also good to know. This is probably for the giraffes. Yeah, the food cage for the giraffes. Needs to be filled, apparently. And a viewing platform. Oh, this is super cool. This is actually really similar to, I was in the Prague Zoo a few weeks ago, and they also had this very much raised zooing platform jutting over the enclosure. It looks super similar to this. What else do we have in the enclosure? Just general ground textures. I'm gonna get quite off topic if you consider animals the topic quite a few times here. I really like the ground texture so far. They do seem to be much different from Planet Coaster, so that's nice. I was kind of afraid that they would rehash a lot of that stuff. And the rock work over here looks really good. And yeah, it's just pieces, but they blend super well with the in-game terraforming. That's something that I think none of the rocks in Planet Coaster really do, but these ones like really have a transition from the terraforming into the rockwork. It's really good. Ah, and we have some poop as well. Can we click on that? Okay, we can't. It would be super cool if we could see an animal poop. That would be really nice. Alright, these guys are fighting. Oh. Ooh, that's really low enrichment. But yeah, I gotta say, rockwork is amazing. Ooh, and I just reached 117,000 subscribers. Thank you guys, that's awesome. I guess it's not too much of a milestone, but I reached it during a stream. That's something that's never happened before. But yeah, the ground textures and rock work, that's absolutely amazing. That's always looked a little bit cartoony for my taste in Planet Coaster, but here it just transitions so well. And I really love these bracken plants as well. Here we have marula trees. Here's another one. Tamarins. Ooh. I had no idea that tamarind looked like this. I have a jar of tamarind paste in my fridge at the moment. Just the life updates. White birch. Oh, I love this. This birch is actually really nice. We have birches in Planet Coaster, but this one looks way better. And a different type of birch tree as well. Awesome. So we have 3 types at least. And I wonder what this is. This is the station for the railroad train. We have Monsieur Fritz. The brands are coming back. It's been nice to see. Yeah, I'm gonna look around the park first, and then I'm gonna scroll through the animal catalog and the scenery, and maybe even some of the rides that we'll have. We've got some artificial snow in here, which looks quite good. At least I assume that's what it is. Rubbing pads for the snow leopard. And we have these temperature setters. Now, I say that I haven't played the game so far, but I definitely have heard quite a bunch of stuff about it. And one of the things that I've heard a lot about is, and that we've seen a lot of updates about, is temperature. And the fact that temperature is going to play quite a large role, especially for the animals that live in very particular climates. So it's really cool to see that they have these cooler kind of things. No idea how it would work. I guess it just kind of cools it down. But in real life zoo, this is always an interesting kind of predicament. I know that in Prague, for instance, they had a snow machine in the polar bear enclosure, which was super cool to see. And I've heard from Joel also, shout out to Joel, that apparently in Wildlands, Emmen, in the Netherlands, they have like some kind of technology hidden in the rocks where they cool or heat the rocks depending on the temperature, and then the lions can sit on them. Apparently the lions don't even use it that much, but it's interesting to see what kind of solutions zoos are coming up with to make animals more comfortable in a often alien climate. What is this? It's a keeper hut. So I guess this is kind of a staff room for the keepers. It's very well decorated. I like the fence. What is that fence piece? Yeah, it's just a wooden wall curved. Okay, I'm gonna look at all the construction pieces later. It's interesting that it's called construction, because in Planet Coaster we have buildings and scenery. Maybe they both put them into one tab. And all of this is backstage, I believe. Yeah, this is all backstage stuff. And it's all kind of hidden from the guest view. But god, there's really a lot in here. We have research and veterinary. That's quite important. Quarantine. A trade center. So that's how that works. We have water treatments coming soon. And we have another trade center. And yeah, I did notice there was a snow leopard in here, but I didn't see him outside. I just see this guy walking around, this keeper here. Probably in here. Ah, yeah, there they are. Aww. I love that even the ear is waggling. That's funny. Alright, moving on. These building pieces look absolutely amazing. I've always been looking forward to seeing these glass pieces. I remember it was a big deal on Planet Coaster when glass was finally added into the game, but here we start off with some glass pieces already. When you were in Wildlands, the lions did stick around the rocks. So I guess now you know why they do that. And yeah, the potting system seems to be the exact same, but I'll still try and discover a bit about that. Yeah, I'm just casually talking about the trees and rockwork and foliage while a bear has escaped. I know. Now we have some geometric gardens in here. And yeah, it looks very nice, I have to say. Did I miss any enclosures? Because it looks like There's a bit of open space here, but there's no enclosure. So I think the way that they designed this level is just trying to keep certain areas open to let people design their own enclosures or something like that. Maybe this is what it could be used for. Can you, the Lady Designer, and Rudy Renkamel do a collaboration? Maybe. We'll see. So yeah, I think this is the next enclosure. All of this area is room for expansion, I suppose. This looks like a really fat bowling pin. Oh, it's a Skittle. No, that's not a Skittle. I was looking at this thing. Oh, apparently that is the Skittle. I only knew those as candies, but sure. And we have a bunch of habitat banning. That's interesting. A dangerous animal has escaped. Are you kidding me? Alright, well, moving on, guys. I'm gonna look into that later. After this stream, I'm gonna see how I can return the animals to their enclosure safely, but for now, I'm just gonna turn this into a wild park. It's a unique experience. You can really roam around freely with the animals. It's totally unseen and unique in the zoo world, so I'm sure that'll be my major selling point. Now, there must be some kind of aquatic animal in here, but I bet this is the sea lions. It has to be, right? It's funny, these lights are very recognizably from Planet Coaster. I don't see anything. Do they have an indoor section or something like that? Yeah, this... No, I have no idea. The hippo... Oh yeah, that makes much more sense, because they don't really have an indoor setting. Oh, so why don't I see any hippos around here? Did I just miss something obvious? Alright. I'm just gonna pull a Dora and say, do you see the hippo? I don't. So I think I'm just gonna move on. What else do we have? Ooh, little African huts over here. I guess that's just scenery. Ooh, but it is custom, so it is made out of different pieces. Oh, that's awesome. So this is very modular. That's good to see. Anyway, I'll look into that later as well. Here we have another station. Oh wow, I really like this building. That looks really nice. So this is a really big enclosure for the elephants. Awesome. It's not a lot of elephants, but they definitely have my favorite enclosure so far. Like, this is a beautiful enclosure. A lot of water as well, which is quite important for elephants, so that's good to see. A lot of food too, and that rockwork, that's awesome. Just this whole viewing platform over here is super cool. Let me just do a quick experiment and see if we can press T to go into the free cam. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Although it works a bit different. We're still staying at the same height. Anyway, that's interesting. I don't know if I like that. We'll see if we get used to it. And here we have... What are these guns? I'm just gonna say... Oh yeah, it's a timber wolf. Yeah. I don't think I have ever seen these at a zoo before, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. But this enclosure is clearly not up to par. Oh god. And there's some social issues, which I'm wondering, does that deviate per animal? No, they all have the same value, so it just depends on the enclosure as a whole. I kind of wonder what's with the social issue, because there seems to be quite a few timber wolves in here. Was there a terrarium in the building? That's a really good question. I should probably check that out. I guess there probably was. It looks like it's just shops and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just a path going down. There must be some buildings with terrariums though. Oh, and this is really interesting. I've heard a lot about power being a really important part of the game. Apparently it's coming soon, so we don't have it yet. But we've got this solar panel over here, so that's interesting. Oh, there were protesters at the Wolves, so I guess there really were some kind of social issues. Oh yeah. Oh, but this is for the tigers. Oh no, it's protesting the timber wolves. Alright. So the animal and the protests doesn't really match up apparently, but what are they protesting about? It's definitely the social status, but I wonder what's necessary for the wars. Are there any Timberwolf experts in the chats? Because I'm just gonna move on for now. I have no idea how to tend to that issue. And over here we have the lions. And they're doing alright. I do notice that enrichment is an issue in lots of places. I also have to say, I wonder to what extent it is safe to just have this glass over here. This looks very unsafe, if I'm honest. I don't think in real life a zoo would ever do that. A setup like this would be so much more realistic with just this wall over here. Check the drop-down menu for social issues. Is there anything else you can check? Oh! Oh, that's interesting. So they don't have enough space. Right. That's really cool. I mean, it's not cool that they don't have enough space. Sorry, that was really poorly worded. It's cool that you have this drop-down menu to tell you exactly what's going on. So that was that section of the park. And I think we've had the whole zoo at this point. Okay, no, maybe not this section. These are awesome. These pine trees. In general, I noticed that there are a lot of new pine trees in the game. We even have a Scots pine. That's awesome. Really love those. So yeah, that actually looks really cool. Really good. What is this though? Oh, we have the bears. So we did see this before. I just didn't notice the pine trees. And here's the large enclosure with the giraffes and zebras. I think we've had the whole zoo at this point. I just haven't seen any indoor. Yeah, I don't think I've seen any. No, that's just for employees. Is it possible to let the train crash into the animal enclosures? Maybe I'll start thinking about breaking the game later. For now, I just mostly want to figure out what's in the game. Where's Wildfire? Yeah, I would be super hyped if they added an RMC coaster, but I don't know if they will. Hell, I don't even know where the rides are, because we do have the steam. Oh, that's coming soon as well. Right. So let's see. In some zoos, the enclosures are separated by a canal. Can you see that option in Planet Zoo? I don't know exactly how the enclosures work, but I've definitely seen, at least on the screenshots that they've revealed so far, sometimes that they block off the enclosure with just scenery objects. But I don't know if that means that there's a wall hidden somewhere, or if you really can just make a wall out of anything. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care too much about the shops. I'm sorry. I just want to look into what we have. So first and foremost, I'm going to look up a little bit of an empty area. Is this part of the park? Okay, this little section is. God, how do I delete stuff? Multi-select tool. I'm just going to multi-select stuff and... Oh my god, where's the delete key on this German keyboard? Damn you, Germany. I have no idea. Oh, Ctrl X works. Interesting. But that's not what I needed to do. No, actually, that was Ctrl X, which should normally delete stuff. Ctrl D does the same. These controls are slightly different. But no, Oh! No, that's not it. Forget about it. I'm just gonna use this little empty space here. So we have different kinds of barriers. I wonder to what extent it matters what kind of barrier you're using for which animal. You can use invisible... Oh, good point. I forgot about that. Yeah. So here it is. The invisible habitat outline. It's really cool. A guest gate. That's really cool. Moving habitat gates. Airlock. Concrete wall. Okay, so how does this fencing tool work? Oh, oh, and it even does curves really well and it's super easy. Oh, that's nice. God, this makes me wish we had this in Planet Coaster. Anyway, I'm really gonna need to figure out how to delete stuff because otherwise this park is going to be a mess. Oh, we already placed that. We have the glass one. One-way glass. How does that look? Oh, that's cool. We have wooden logs. I also like that it's slightly different depending on which kind of fence you're using. Like the wooden log doesn't allow you to go curved. Steel mesh, red brick. However this is pronounced. Oh, that's those rocks in the mesh. That's really cool. Corrugated iron, chain link, electric, for the dinosaurs, I suppose. And ENTF. All right. Thank you. You're an absolute legend. Let's get that multi-select and press ENTF, I suppose. Hold on, I'm clicking. It's not multi-selecting the fences. Maybe that's difference? I wonder. How does this work? Anyway, I'm just gonna delete this for now. Figure that out later. Oh! And it automatically deletes all of it. Oh, that's really intuitive. That's good to see. Can we see some stuff building interiors too? That's a really good point. I do want to look into that. I'll do that in a second here. And yeah, the way that it transitions to 3D grass is really nice as well. Like, if you zoom out, it just looks regularly like 2D grass, but as soon as you zoom in, you get that beautiful 3D grass. That's so cool. So what kind of pieces do we get? For the habitats, we get their own specific pieces. Now, the way that this works, as far as I know, is these pieces are going to be climbable. Like, they can do anything with these, and you can use the modular 3D axis tool to like place them any direction or place you want, I think. Yeah, you can just go ham with these. It doesn't even necessarily need to be supported by gravity, I suppose. But yeah, that is super cool. We have the undo button as well, as you can see. Movable frame, just kind of gets you going, I suppose. But yeah, all of this stuff is climbable and usable by the animals, and certain things will add enrichment, obviously. Certain things will allow you to feed them. So this will all just have to do with the certain needs of the animals. Our objects move around with arrow keys once selected. I don't think so. I think it'll just be the 3D gizmo, yeah. You'll just have to press X and get the 3D gizmo here, which is perfectly fine. 16 dangerous animals have escaped. That is truly epic. Alright, we're gonna keep going. I'm just gonna see what else we have in the game. Alright, now I'm super excited for this. I've seen a lot of flowers and little plants, and so far, whew, this doesn't disappoint. I have to say, foliage is one of the things that I found really disappointing in Planet Coaster, but my god, this list never ends. Okay. I'm just gonna be really honest, and I want to be as honest as possible about like what things I like and don't like, but this foliage right here is like everything I would have wanted out of Planet Coaster. Like one of my major gripes with Planet Coaster. This foliage list is never ending. This is awesome. Okay, I want to at least try like a basic few types. We've got a lot of different flowers. We can't recolor them, but I think that's totally fine. I mean, there's just so much choice in here. And usually, I don't really like recolorable flowers anyway, because you'll never really get the right color if you're figuring it out yourself and they look recolorable. Palm trees are much better than in Planet Coaster as well. That's really awesome. You get the giant Baobab tree, of course. That's a classic. The even more giant... Oh, this is a thick one. That's chunky. And a really small one. We have the bearberry bush. The lions escaped. It's a mess. This is like Roller Coaster Tycoon Diamond Heights, where unless you do anything about it, the coasters are just gonna crash. Bird's Nest, Black Pop. Oh, so this is the tree that we saw. So this is, I think this is the tree that we saw. Yeah, that's super awesome. And these poplars are really amazing. These little vertical ones, they are perfect for streets, path side decoration, stuff like that. Blackthorn bush, it's nice. These we've already seen. What else? We have reeds. Yeah, we have reeds. That's awesome. Ooh. It's also nice because you have so many different biomes in here. You can really make certain areas of the park look completely different just by using certain types of foliage. Cherry blossom tree, that's awesome. That looks really good. I love the foliage so far. Renhammer's looking at me. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Some classic flower beds. I swear I'm not trying to like appear too hyped about this, but the foliage is like my most anticipated thing already. This is awesome. You can make some really beautiful looking environments, gardens, whatever, with all of this foliage. God, who did they hire? For Planet Coaster, they had so little foliage. Like, I thought one of my concerns was that they just didn't have enough people experienced with it. But, I don't know, maybe something changed at the company, because this is absolutely beautiful. Whoever did all of this foliage, thank you, this looks really good. Yeah, I'm just randomly going through a bunch of this. These look, see, we have the cypresses as well, but they look so much better than they do in Planet Coaster. This is a huge improvement. You can really even see the individual needles and branches. It's much more detailed also than Planet Coaster's foliage was. Nice state palms. Desert Ironwood, that's a classic. These look quite nice. We have so much ground shrubbery as well. I'm really happy with that as well. Like, that is absolutely necessary for a good variation in foliage. Elm trees. Oh wow, these are beautiful. That's really nice. Yeah, some cedar trees. Okay, I'm not going to go through the entire list because this is too much. There's no way that you can show each and every one of these. If anybody is really into foliage, feel free to pause at any moment and see what's there. Oh, we have some planters. That's perfect. That'll be perfect for the pots. I see lots of plants that you can put in those planters. That will work really well. Oh, the wolf has been boxed by the zookeepers. Oh, that's true. We have less escaped animals. That's nice. What else do we have? Oh, these are really amazing as well. And here's the oak tree. And again, it's not just the oak tree from Planet Coaster. I wonder what was up with some of the earliest screenshots, because I swear I could recognize some trees in there, but this all is way above that. This is a much better selection of foliage. We even have separate mulch. Wow. Dude, that's perfect. So you can definitely make custom planters and things like that with this. Given that we have the 3D Gizmo, small scenery pieces, you can just make your own custom planters with these mulch pieces. This is the kind of stuff that I'm really excited to see, because you know all of the animals that we're getting and all of that, but I did not expect to get all of this foliage. Okay, this cactus is straight from Planet Coaster, I think. Not entirely sure. It looks similar. The Priya plants. That's beautiful. No dick jokes in chat, please. Ooh, you could actually maybe do a surprisingly decent autumn look with some of these trees. And of course we have some cacti, that's quite important. Savannah rocks. I'm not going to go into the rocks too much, but you can see also very different shapes from Planet Coaster. They didn't reuse any of the shapes that I see so far. Different textures, different shapes, all of it. Planet's Botanical Gardens. I've been to a lot of botanical gardens recently, actually. But I mean, I don't think we need Planet Botanical Gardens. I mean, I'm building a ski resort in Planet Coaster. You could very well just build a botanical garden in this game with all of this foliage, easily. Sugar. Swiss cheese plants? Aren't these just... Okay, whatever. I forgot the name for these, but... they're definitely not a Swiss cheese plant. What else? This is a sycamore. That's nice to see. That's, what is this? Oh, this is the Tamarins tree, we've seen that. Some more rookwork. Okay, the hedges. I'm really curious to see how the hedges are. Planet Coaster ones are a bit iffy. Okay, there's no improvement there. Oh, sorry, not a big fan. But the squirrels are really nice. I like these. And, oh, fox too. But yeah, maybe you can build some hedges out of other pieces as well. Who knows? If you don't care about the piece counts. And here's the white birch. Okay, we're almost there. Wisteria. If there are any of my Demon Slayer viewers in the chat right here, Wisterias are awesome. If you ever get chased by demons, just take some Wisterias with you. So yeah, this is awesome. I love the nature stuff. And then we have facilities. Oh god, this is a lot of stuff. Okay, we're starting off with the canopies because these are important. These are so important for like the look of restaurants and picnic places. We have picnic tables. That's god. It was absolutely insane. I can't remember when it was exactly. I think it was in the Frontier Expo, but when they announced that picnic tables were getting added into Planet Coaster, people lost their minds. It's funny how that was one of the most hyped things about the game. Kind of stupid in hindsight, but it was really funny at the time. Yeah, well, that's basically all of the facilities. God. Okay, I'll save the building pieces for later. This is too much to look into right now, but as you can see, there's a lot of stuff here. Glass roofs, metal pieces, what's this? Glass opaque, wooden planks. Is it recolorable though? No, it's not recolorable. No, that's something to keep in mind. Lots of fountain pieces, that's good to see. More planters. These were also in the other menu actually. Wooden logs, that's perfect. And more wall pieces. The return of Monsieur Fleet. Painted clay roof. That's really useful. Gutters. Oh god, this is too much to get through. We have basic shapes again. That's nice to see. And all kinds of, yeah, these kinds of items. Yeah, about the animals, I will just be completely upfront. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm like not nearly as much into zoos as I am into theme parks, and I'm really, hell, even my theme park enthusiasm started with just a love for architecture and landscaping and all of that. So I figured there's going to be a lot of people streaming Planet Zoo in this whole weekend, and personally I want to focus on the things that I'm most knowledgeable about, that I'm most passionate about, which is all of the architecture and foliage and all of that kind of stuff. But if you're interested in other things, there's a whole list of streamers who are all going to play this game for the first time on this event. Right now, as we speak, Flabaliki is close to me, streaming the game as well, and I have no idea what he's on about, but he's probably looking quite a bit more into the zoos, the animals aspects than I am. But yeah, this is just what I'm most interested in. So yeah, I think you should definitely leave if you're mostly interested in the animals and don't really want to look into the architecture or foliage and everything. But personally, I want to make sure that I look into that stuff, especially if nobody else is going to look deeper into that, because I know there are a lot of people who are really interested in foliage and architecture and all that, who definitely want to see all the new pieces that we're getting, which I'm also getting that feedback a bit in the chat as well. Thank you guys. So yeah, just a heads up. And I'm not going to pretend like I'm a zoo expert here, because I only have general foundational knowledge here, and it's something that I'm just gonna have to learn along the way. I'm going to, I'm not going to go too deep into the building parts right now, but I will say I have multiple streams this week, and I'm actually gonna have to look up really quickly when else I'm going to stream, but I'm gonna stream 4 times, today included. So you're gonna see me quite a lot, and I cannot save the game, so I don't want to build anything and continue with it later, because saving is something that hasn't been added into the game yet. So I do want to focus on different things in every stream. So today I just want to look around and see what's there. In another stream I'll maybe try building something and look more into the building pieces. I'll try looking into the animals at some point and see how the animals are managed, how I can prevent animals from escaping, because that's quite a problem here. And we'll see how it goes as we go forward with this. And yeah, I'm going to go through the catalog, definitely. I'm just looking up really quickly when else I'll be streaming as well. I got it here. But yeah, we're at the building, at the bottom of this here. I wonder if there are any blueprints. Okay, we're not starting off with too much there. We have some basic pots. Looks alright. And some terrain options. These are very much similar to what we've had before. Although it's interesting that you can switch between short grass, which is regular, and long grass, which grows like that. Oh, that's awesome. So you can even thin it out a bit. Dude, that's actually really cool. So you can like kind of differentiate and transition between the types of grass. So I'll be streaming as well on Wednesday from 2 to 3 p.m. and on Friday from 4 to 5. And finally on Saturday for 2 hours from 1 to 3 p.m. And this is all European Standard Time. I haven't put anything on my Twitter yet, but I'll actually tweet this out just in case, so you can remember it as well. And otherwise, there's a giant catalog of all the different people who are streaming and at what times they're streaming on the Frontier website as well. So yeah, I still want to look into the buildings and then the animals as well. So I guess you find animals at the zoo section? Oh no, this is just a total overview of animals. I missed the lemurs! Where are these? Or is it pronounced? No, it's a British American thing, isn't it? Like lemur. Oh, they're over here. Where are they? This is the enclosure, isn't it? Yeah. I guess they're all hanging out here. Yep. Those are not all of them, aren't they? Will the tiger ears remain on your head for the other streams? I'll have to ask Bo about that, I suppose. Oh, Foxy is back! Oh, that's awesome. Did you see her? Anyway, I'm looking for where the animal section is, but I can't really figure out where you can like see all the animals there in the... Okay, so I definitely missed a lot. We have Carlos. So we do have some... Oh, here it is. Yeah, I was looking for these. Okay, I'm gonna have to zoom in. Oh, there we go. We have a bird eater exhibit. And I suppose Carlos is here, yeah. Layman's frog exhibit. That's cool. And I've heard that you can also selectively make these walls glass, or, well, a wall. So that's really cool to see as well. What other animals did I miss? I didn't see the yellow anaconda, but that's just another exhibit piece, so that's not really an enclosure. Although I do wonder to what extent these are customizable. Okay, so you can enrich them with certain types of plants, basically. That's interesting. SPR, I have to say Foxy is my favorite mascot, but maybe I'm biased, but I really like her design. Apparently Rule 34 also liked her design. I hope you haven't seen those pictures. But I mean, I guess that's flattery. That's a form of flattery. She really has a good design. I honestly think she's one of the more popular characters in the game. Maybe even if IGN didn't like them, or GameSpot, whatever. We have some pedophiles. Should definitely look into that. Wait, the tortoises will probably have their own larger habitat, won't they? Oh, these are just scattering around here. That's really cool. Oh, but it's not exactly open. Oh, that's a shame. I was in, oh, what's that place called again? Holland Park in London recently, and they had so many peacocks over there. That's really cool. What else do we have? We have the birdie. Yes, I wanted to go to the tortoises, right? Yeah, so these have their own little enclosure. How's performance? I have to be honest. Okay, no, I'm not a furry. I have to be honest. There's nothing wrong with being a furry per se, though, of course. I have to be honest. This computer is not a good indicator of what the performance of the game will be like. I've heard this has a 280 Ti graphics card, and it has i90 or i9 CPU. What am I saying? So yeah, it's not really a good indication of what performance is going to be on the average computer. On my side, it's absolutely perfect. Nighttime, really good points. Wait, this is not nighttime. This is the radar to see your animals. Also super useful. This feature is really cool. You can basically find out where your animals are, how they're doing. So if you ever need to find an animal, super useful. I've heard there's a slider now for the time of day. But how does that work? There we go. So instead of just manually editing the time, you can just have a slider, which is absolutely awesome. Like in Planet Coaster, you would have to enter the numbers. It'd be annoying. You wouldn't be able to tell right away how it looked, but here you can go right away to the right time. And especially, oh wow, that bloom. Okay, that's really cool. But especially if you're like, all right, I want to take a picture of this building. Whoops. But I want to have like the right lighting. You can just look at it and be like, oh, that's not quite my style. Oh, we just can't get good lighting for this building, huh? The sunset looks beautiful as well. Huge improvements over Planet Coaster in terms of graphics too. This looks so cool, just watching this go up and down. And that lens flare, that's just the cherry on top. How big is the map? That's a good question. Okay, I'm gonna go back to midday actually. So it's quite sizable, I think, but it's hard to see where exactly the border is. Yeah, so the border is over here. I think this zoo over here fills out the map quite neatly. I have to say though, I like the surrounding area a lot. This really looks like a British or generic European kind of landscape with all the wind-breaking rows of trees and just the rolling hills in the distance. Looks like a really nice map. What else did I want to look into? I think I've checked out all of the animals that we have here. Did I? Yeah. That's a lot of animals. What else do we have? Finances. Oh, that's the zoo overview. We have staff, facilities. I still want to look into facilities. I have 5 more minutes. I'm gonna try my best to see what else is interesting that I should look into. We have this little camera icon. I have no idea what it is. Alright, that didn't do anything. Guess we'll find out later. Yeah, I've tried the terrain textures already. We have rough water and standing water. It's just going to be pretty much the same as Planet Coaster. Wait, does anybody... Animal trading, very good point. Oh, so this is where you can find out what kind of other animals you can get. Of course, it makes sense. Alright, so I'm actually gonna try and see what else we have. We have warthogs, ostriches, timber wolves. There's a lot of different things. What is the price of ivory in the game? That's uncalled for. That's not okay. But what is special about these metals? I kind of wonder what the distinction there is. So I don't know. This has to be something in terms of. I have no idea actually. Source, custom seizure, rescue. it's really cool that like a lot of these will be traded with other zoos or breeding programs. I guess for ostriches that makes sense. But yeah, it's really cool that you can get these from different kind of places. It must make it difficult to start out with a zoo. Like with a theme park, you can just start out and build a few rides and get going from there. But with a zoo, it's definitely going to take a lot of planning to be able to get the right animals that you want or need from all kinds of places. How many animals can you see now? Oh, this is all that I can see for now. And then you can buy them for a certain price. Wait, and this is... Oh. I wanted to see what the leaf meant, but I just bought the tortoise. What else do we have? Animal Trade Center. So that's what's currently going on in the trading. Staff building interiors, right, that's the one thing that I still need to go into. So we have some staff buildings here. This one doesn't have an interior, does it? I wonder which ones do. How do we get it? So okay, so it seems like some of them will have interiors and some of them won't. So you have the keeper huts and a workshop, and these will both have interiors. So only the buildings with a window, I think, will have actual interiors. So that's... Oh, and weather. That's a really good point. Oh god, where's weather? I'm not sure if I can... Oh, here we go. Alright, I have 2 more minutes. Let's see that cloudy weather. I think it's slowly transitioning. Or is it? Yeah, I think it is. Oh, that's really cool. I can slowly see the clouds getting bigger in the sky there. I think it's transitioning, isn't it? Yeah. Now it's cloudy. That's really nice. I just want to see a nice final overview to see what this looks like. Now we have no clouds. I don't think I can see all of the different types of animals that are in the game right now because I can only see what's in the park and what I can trade. Yeah, the clouds are beautiful. That works great. And if you make it rain, it's just gonna fill up really quickly and it rains just like that. And the people are whipping up umbrellas. Oh, that's cool. Let's go back to real time. That looks great. And there are some protesters over here. Just overall, like, all the textures change. You have like reflective textures everywhere. You have the animations of the rain falling down onto the ground. That's awesome. Let's make it snow. It's time for me to stop, but I don't know, they're not kicking me out yet. So let's watch the snow happen. The lighting is beautiful, yeah. And the ground is still wet, I think. Okay, so do we see the snow like dropping down? No, I think you'll only see the snow. Oh no, it actually remains. That's awesome. And now we just get a slowly increasing layer of snow. Dude, that's awesome. The snow, just the graphics, the weather, all of the new building elements. That's absolutely awesome. And it stays on everything. It stays on the scenery pieces, on the statues. I don't even know how they did all of this. Dude! Oh my god. That's awesome. Wow. I don't even know how they did this. Did they make like separate models, or they must have like some kind of different. I'm not an expert on that, but it looks awesome. Like even when you zoom out, everything gets kind of foggy as it should when it's snowing, as you see just. Oh, and I can slowly see the trees getting more and more snowy. Wow. All right. Yeah, this is awesome. Just this. The weather and the graphics and the scenery pieces are just so amazing looking. Like they really stepped it up with this one. I want to go back to the rain though, because I really want to see just how it interacts with the environment, with the animals even. Like if they actually go inside or what they do with this kind of weather. Yeah, so somebody said that they actually see the water running off the walls. Boys, you got some Z fighting here going on though, but yeah, that's just related to this specific build. And just the whole look of the water running. Okay, I think people are signaling for me to stop, right? Okay, no, they're just giving me thumbs up. Thanks for nothing. But yeah, this looks awesome. It's not quite running off the wall. Oh my god. Okay, that's awesome. It's running off the roofs. Wow. Yeah, I guess this is gonna fry my computer, isn't it? Well, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'm gonna need to end the stream here. This is all I've got. I've got 1 hour for now, but be sure to tune in tomorrow. And also on Friday and Saturday, I'll be streaming as well. So yeah, hopefully we can continue the shenanigans, and I'll try to take care of the animals and not let them escape and actually focus on their well-being for once. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. It's been absolutely amazing. I'm actually honestly very positively surprised. I was expecting it to be a step up from Planet Coaster graphics wise, but I definitely wasn't expecting all of this. And yeah, I hope to see you guys soon. Thanks for being here. And I don't know, I'm gonna need some time to properly work through all of this, and maybe I'll barge into some of the other streams as well. We'll see. Anyway, bye guys. I'm gonna have to end it here.